Hiya. A lot of people have been asking me about how to use Board Machine, so I thought I'd make a very basic tutorial explaining how the software works. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to assume that you, the person watching this, has a general idea about how World Machine works. If not, do the tutorials. You can find those if you go to File, Open Example World, and you've got these. I recommend doing the first 12. You can see, there's a load, you don't have to. Um, but if you want to, you can do some others. Anyway, so we're going to start off with this. This was kind of the core principle of how I make my maps. So we start off with a bit of terrain, and we're going to make this into a map. So the first thing we're going to do is get the slope. It's not any particular reason for this, but it's just usually seems quite a nice one to start off with. So we're going to take the height field, put it into the input of the select slope. That's going to give us this, which basically gives us all the bits of land. So if I it gives us basically all the steeper bits. So it doesn't really show it. Yeah, there we go. Um, so the bits where it's really steep, it's black. Where it's not as steep, it's white. And we can change this. So for example, this is currently at what, 28 degrees. We can put that down to 20 degrees, 25, 20.5 or whatever. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take that height output, sorry, that output, put it into our control in our chooser. And then we're going to input two primary outputs. So for example, let's do a green and I don't know, a grey. Actually, yeah. And what this does is basically chooses between this one and this one, dependent on this one. And so you'll see we get this. It's a bit of a, it's a bit overwhelming, I appreciate. Um, I'll make that a little bigger. So actually, what we've got here, and if I, so I'll bring this in now for showing it. Um, so you see, we've now kind of coloured all those bits that were black in green, and all those bits that were white are now in grey. But we don't really want that, do we? Um, so let's put this back. Let's keep working on it. So what we're going to do is we're now going to add another color. Now to do this, I take the chooser, I'll put it back into another chooser, input another color, and input another primary output from a select. And again, this one's a select height. So what you'll see is, oh, let's just get this a color. Let's make this blue. So let's say this is going to be like the C. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off the fallout, and we're going to, sorry, there we go. I think that's gonna, there we go. So what I've done is I've selected all of basically all the bits I want to be showing and all the bits I want to be underwater, so to speak, and then we've ended up like this. Now, again, it's kind of difficult to see on a 2D plane, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the height field all the way from the advanced parallel, drag it over to the primary input of the overlay input, and boom, there we go. And there you have a very basic map. Now, obviously, the colors are not going to work. You need to change these to Roblox colors. But once you understand how this works, everything is that's it. There is nothing more complex.